it's life. And I was just thinking about this morning. Life will be the amount of problems you solve. Life will be the amount of problems you solve. And I'm thinking deep. I'm like, yo, what is it that most people are not understanding, or most people are not, or are missing? What are most people overlooking, right? And I say to myself, okay, why is it so difficult for somebody to, when they're in a certain position, everything in life feels like it's collapsing. Everything in life feels like you're being pulled in multiple directions. And I'm asking, what's really happening, right? The position you're in makes sense when you don't take responsibility. What is taking responsibility? Taking responsibility means to solve the problems. Solve the problems that right now that are consuming you. Can we solve these problems? How do we solve these problems? Fam, let me know if you can hear me, because it's coming in and out. I have poor service. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me some thumbs up if you can hear me. It's coming in and out a little bit, but it's all good if you can hear me. I'm waiting for the thumbs up before I continue. It was hot. I'm waiting for the thumbs up. Cool. Listen. I'm asking these questions. What does it mean to solve problems? What is it to do? What is it, right? So if you look at your life, you say, I got a money problem. Okay, can we solve that problem? I got an energy problem. Okay, can we solve that problem? Overthinking is going beyond the problem you're looking to solve. That's overthinking. When you overthink, you look at a certain position you're in and you say, okay, if I solve this problem, you start thinking 4 steps down the line, right? And then you're thinking about the 4th step. That's what's stopping you from making the decisions you need to make, right? You're thinking about the 5th step outside of the decision you need to make to solve this one problem right now at this moment, right? That's overthinking. So someone's sitting there overthinking, saying, oh, I don't know, man. Can I do this? Can I do this? It's like, listen, solve the problem right now. That's like not the best escape, not the temporary escape to a problem. Solve the problem that's going to get you that result. Now with that result opens up a whole new set of problems. And then from there you say, okay, how can I just keep doing that and adjusting along the way? Solve a problem, adjust along the way. Solve a problem, adjust along the way. But how can you solve a problem when 1, you're not taking responsibility, and 2, you don't understand what the problem is? If you don't understand the problem, you can't solve the problem, right? Because that's when someone says, I'm lost, I'm confused, I feel so lost in life because I'm being pulled with the shoulders like this. I'm being pulled psychologically in multiple directions, right? I'm being pulled in multiple directions. And then you're wondering why, okay, you're not taking any responsibility. And then now you're doing temporary moves to solve a problem for the moment. Oh, I need to escape my problem, so I'm going to go hang out, do this, boom. I feel good for the moment, but then you go right back. The problem's not solved, right? So to solve a problem, you must understand the problem, right? And once you understand the problem, you must take responsibility. Once you take responsibility, life becomes a series of adjustments. So that means your life is a result of the problems you solve. So if you're not solving problems, that's 1. If you're not understanding problems, that's 2. And you're not taking responsibility, are we surprised on why you're lost, confused, and being pulled in multiple directions? Are we surprised why you are in the position you are in? Are we surprised why life feels so overwhelming? Are we surprised? Are we surprised in a real way? Are we surprised? Like, damn. I feel like I'm being pulled in all these directions and I don't know what I want to do with myself. I don't know this. Overthinking is when you're thinking about step 5 and 6 instead of thinking about the first move. Okay, how can I put myself in position to solve this problem? And once I solve this problem, if I'm willing to handle a whole new series of problems, right? It's like, okay, cool. How can I, it's nice. It's nice. When you look at things in a way like, okay, let me take responsibility of my finances, my health, my mind. If this is my moment right now, if this is my problem right now, this is my moment of opportunity to take this moment and view it and see it and say, yo, it's up to me and it always will be. Nothing will change unless I make a change. Nothing will change unless I make it change. Nothing will happen unless I make it happen. I must take total responsibility. This is the mind of somebody who understands that it's up to them. People who think it's not up to them, they don't take responsibility, right? They allow others to do it for them. They don't want it. They're afraid. I don't know. I'm lost, confused. I'm lost. I don't know. But look at your life, man. What problems can we solve? And a lot of things are not forever. Nothing is forever. Nothing is, like, a lot of people think, okay, I'm going to make this move to make this money. And then they start thinking forever. Oh, I don't want to do this forever. Or, hey, I got to get my health. I got to work out. I got to, eat a certain food to get a certain result. People think it's forever. No, you get to the result. And then now it's like, how can you switch this up? And then in that moment, you have to solve a problem. You have to make an adjustment. So life is a series of problems you're solving. That's what we do as human beings. We're built to solve problems. We are built to solve problems. So if you're not solving problems, then what are you doing? And for a lot of people, your perspective change will solve. Look, listen. For people who don't know what the solution is, your perspective change, like a perspective change, will solve most of your problems. A perspective change will solve most of your problems. The problem is not the problem. The problem is how you respond to the problem, because problems will happen, right? Problems will happen because that's what happens to us human beings. And what is a problem? A problem is something that gets in the way. Problem is an inconvenience. A problem is something that, hey, this is what I'm doing. Boom, something interrupted. This is a problem. This is in the way. Now, it's my perception of what's happening. That's the actual problem. How I respond to that is a problem. So if I'm looking at this and say, okay, cool, these are the problems in my life, which is not really the actual problem, but these are the problems in my life, which is inevitable, because problems happen when things change, right? I'm complacent, something changed. Now I'm not in the same position I'm in, because everything changes in life. Are you guys following me? Give me some thumbs up. If you are following me, please just listen. Just listen. Man, just listen. I'm making moves. I'm fighting hard to stay the same while everything around me changes. Rightfully so. Okay? So when everything changes, my position changes, then there's problems. So those problems, right, cause an inconvenience in living, an inconvenience in your life in some way. Health-wise, mentally, everything, right? So check this. So these are the problems, right, happening. Then is my perception on what's happening. Because I made these moves, I got this result. Because I didn't adapt and adjust, I got this result. Boom. Then problems happen. Cool. My perception of that will determine what happens next, right? If I'm viewing this and I'm like, oh, why me? If I'm running away, then that problem takes root. It gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. If I'm running away from it, if I don't understand it, I can't solve it, right? If I don't understand that my perception is the problem, right, and how I view the problem, then I can't solve it. I'm thinking it's something else. I'm here reading my Aquarius signs and my star signs to make sure that I change my life. I'm here, going to the corner, meditating and wishing my problems go away. Listen, when you understand that you are the problem, you are the solution to this problem, you take responsibility. You're saying, okay, it's my perception of what's going on. My positioning is off. Let me just take responsibility and say, let me solve this problem, fix that, make it nice, right? Make it nice, not extra, not being pulled. No, just be calm. Be calm. Calm. Okay, cool. It's an inconvenience. My perspective is the problem. Let me solve that. Let me change my attitude towards something and then fix that position. No matter how inconvenient it is, you fix that position. And then what happens? What happens there? You fix that position. You look at life. Stop thinking 4 steps ahead, 5 steps ahead. When you think 4 steps, 5 steps, 10 steps ahead, what happens? That's called overthinking. Oh, but if I make this decision, what if this? No. Solve the problems that's in front of you right now. Once that problem is solved, not the temporary escape to a problem. That's a difference. People are like, oh, I'm stressed. I'm going to go do this for a moment and then go back right to the problem. I'm going to go run away. I'm going to go on vacation to escape my problems and then come back to the problems. It's not a solution. It's not like, hey, this is the solution and boom, I move forward. It ends. That's it. This is solve the problem, right? It's like my tire popped and I'm constantly looking for the best patches to put on my tire, but my tire keeps popping. And I'm thinking about that like in the inner tube when, when as kids or even now, well, mainly as kids, when you're riding the bikes and the tire pops, you're like, oh man, like, okay, let's put a patch on it. And then you keep riding, and then it still pops again. It's losing air. Oh, the inner tube, let's just put another patch and another patch and another patch. It's like, dude, just get a new inner tube, a new wheel. Solve the problem. Boom, it's solved. That's it, right? Not this temporary patch on it, and then it fucks up again, and then another patch, and then it messes up again, and then another patch. It's like, yo, wait, relax. Solve the problem. Get the inner tube. Solve it. Get a new wheel. Solve it. That's it. It's nice. You move on with your life. That's no longer inconvenience. You guys following? It's no longer inconvenience. It's no longer in the way. So for a lot of you, you're looking for the best patch instead of the actual solution. The solution puts an end to it. And once it puts an end to it, you don't think about it. Now you're somewhere else. Now you're like, okay, now I'm clear. Now I can adapt. Now I can adjust. Now I can move. Now I can make adjustments towards a certain direction. I can make adjustments towards a certain direction. It makes mad sense. So if you're not doing that, you're not taking responsibility. You're not understanding a problem. If you're not solving problems, then what are we doing, fam? What are we doing? Please, let's explain this. Explain it in multiple languages so I can understand. Like, let's explain this. Like, how do you expect to move forward in life? Or how do you expect to understand yourself? How do you expect to be solid with yourself if you're not taking responsibility? Okay? How do we expect to be clear, focused, if chaos around you is happening, right? Because of your perception alone. Because you allow one problem to roll on to the next day. You didn't honor your word. You didn't take responsibility. You didn't adapt. You didn't adjust. You allowed the problem to continue to exist and roll on to the next day. How? The most lost and the most confused are the people that do not take the responsibility. Why? Listen, we established this pattern already. Listen to me, please. I'm seeing this so clear. I'm looking at this direction. This is nice. I'm looking at it. It makes sense to me real quick. I'm looking at this moment saying this. There's a lot of things that's happening in my life. Rightfully so, because change is inevitable. Listen, change is inevitable, right? Inevitable. Whether you fight hard to stay the same, change is inevitable. Because your body continues to grow and continues to decline. People around you psychologically are changing. Environments are changing, right? People are changing. People are psychologically growing and dying. So my position automatically changes. Okay? Now, while things change, I'm not making the adjustments. So I allow things to roll on to the next. This problem pops up. I run away from it. This other problem pops up. I run away from it. This other problem pops up. I run away from it. So now I'm running, wondering why I'm so lost and confused, because I'm running. All these things, I'm not addressing the situation. I'm not addressing the problem. So because of that, check this. I'm wondering, why am I in the position I'm in? I'm getting the results I deserve, and I'm not aware what the problem is because I keep running. So if I'm running away, I can't understand the problem. I must understand the problem so I can make the adjustment. But I don't understand it, so I'm afraid to make any move because I don't take responsibility. So now I'm stuck. I hope you guys are following here. I'm stuck, okay? I'm stuck because I'm like, fuck, okay, any move I make, I feel like I'm just going to break something. Any move I make, I think something's going to just get destroyed. I'm stagnant. And a stagnant mind, fam, a stagnant mind always creates his own problems through fantasy, through illusions, through stories it tells itself, right? Through disease. So now you got a stagnant environment, you got a stagnant mind who's stuck in one place, psychologically being pulled multiple directions, doesn't take responsibility, doesn't understand that it's up to them, right? Doesn't trust itself because it knows itself. It knows the moves that it's making on the day-to-day. It knows that it doesn't take responsibility. Of course one is lost and confused. Of course one is overwhelmed. Of course one feels, damn, what's going on? So again, life will be the amount of problems you solve. Life will be, you see a situation happen, you solve that problem. Overthinking means thinking about the fifth step. You're thinking about 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's like, that hasn't happened yet. Which then stops you from solving a problem. Which then makes that problem worse because you're thinking about the 5th step instead of the 1st step. So if you take 2 steps back for a second and look at the entire situation and say, okay, cool. All of this stuff is happening. And then there's my response to what's happening. And if I'm running away, I'm lost and confused in my life. I'm overwhelmed. I'm psychologically being pulled with what's actually happening, my perception of what's happening, and the stories on top of what I think is happening. And I wonder why I'm lost and confused. I wonder why I don't understand myself. What is what is. Then there's my perception of what is. And then there's the stories that I create about what is without any facts. Instead of what is what is. Problems happen. I see it. I identify it. I first must understand it. Once I understand it, I understand that my perception and my attitude towards what happens is what matters most. So now I take control of that. So whenever a problem happens, whether I need more money, whether I need more time, whether I need more energy, whether I need to make an adjustment or a move, I see it, it happens. My perception on that is like, okay, I see it, I identify it, then I take responsibility because it's up to me and it always will be. I take responsibility of that. Then it goes to the next step. Boom, that solution, boom, this solution here. I just made a move. Okay, cool. What's the next step? A whole new series of problems happen. Okay, cool. Let me adjust my way out of this now because it's up to me. Oh, boom, another problem happens. It's inconvenient. Cool. Let me take responsibility of that. Control my perception on that. Solve that problem. I'm not thinking about the 5th, 6th, 7th steps. I am solving problems that gives me the clarity I need to keep moving forward. I'm solving the things that get in the way from moving forward. So if I need something, let me handle that quick. Once I handle that, I then have to adjust from that. See, for most people, they're not handling problems. So they run away and they go to a corner and hope and wish. You hope and wish when you go to the corner, when you're not taking responsibility. While the problem still exists, no matter how much you wish the tire fixes on its own, the tire's not going to fix on its own, fam. No matter how much you wish, and I'm talking about the tire as in when it got popped. I know there's some people who join in, they don't understand what I'm saying. If a tire is popped, no matter how much you wish it changed, it's not going to change on its own unless you do it. Unless you change the tire. Unless you solve the problem. Take responsibility, right? Now, that right there, if you were to do this, I'm telling you this, fam, if you were to do this, your life will never be the same. The next 90 days will never be the same. The next month, it would never be the same instantly. If you took full ownership and said, it's about how I react and respond, is up to me, you will be in a different position in life. 100%. Because now you understand the problem. You get to put yourself in a better position in life. You get to put yourself in a better situation in life. More clear situation, not better, clear situation in life. And then you continue to make adjustments, because life is never-ending problems. It never ends. The more you grow, the more aware you become, the more problems come your way. It never ends. You got to continue to make adjustments. Why? Because everything is temporary. Things change, people change. And a change just means people's perception either psychologically growing or physically growing, or psychologically dying or physically dying. And with that comes change around your position. Your position is never the same. Give me some fire emojis if you guys found this valuable. Let me know who's on here, who's loving this right now. Fire emojis. Yo, check this, fam. Check this. Hold on. Let me see what I do now. Woo! Transformer here. Yo, I love you. I appreciate you. Your boy is out. Talk to you guys soon. I will be uploading this on my YouTube channel. And go check out my awareness journal. The link is in my bio. Your boy is out of here. Peace.